This is the lecture for ancient and medieval history for Monday the 25th. It's a very brief one because we're going to see some film clips soon. So those in back, please shut the fan off, close the windows, and close that shade. And shut the window and close the slats on that shade, Miss Stevens. Thank you. Yes, shade. Do it. Do it.
There's a reason I don't sit in the back.
That's fine. I decided to give Miss Craigie a rest. Fine.
More, you're closing the book.
Just twist the thing. There.
Oh no.
It's time for the Vikings. The Vikings. Close the window, too, Lauren. Reach through the slats and close the window. Thank you. Perfect. Except for closing the window. Reach underneath, under the shade, grab the window. Ladies, gentlemen, this is an elite college preparatory school. There we go. You obviously are not a Shinto believer. Okay, so the pagan polytheism of Japan. So the Vikings are from Scandinavia. That's Norway, Sweden, Denmark. Why? Well, they start surging out of Scandinavia in the late 700s because there's limited farmland in Scandinavia. The Danes probably have the greatest proportion of farmland to square acreage, but they're a tiny little peninsula and a bunch of islands. Not much land for a growing population. Sweden has a bunch of good farmland, but it is mostly mountains. Norway is the most extreme case. Norway is mostly mountains, and a lot of their bottom land, that's good farmland, are along things called fjords, which you will remember from your 7th grade geography, which are long, sinuously winding inlets from the sea that have thin strips of arable land around them. When the population in Scandinavia balloons in the mid to late 700s, the older sons inherit the farms, the limited number of farms. They're fine. Make sure your notes down. But what about the younger sons? They need a different way to make a living. So a Viking we will go. The word Viking means raiding. The Swedes initially raided to the east to what we now call Russia and the Baltic states. In fact, the word Russia comes from the blue eyes of the Swedish Vikings. Rus for blue. The Norwegians tend to go to the North Atlantic regions of Scotland and Ireland and Iceland and Greenland and the island of Newfoundland, which they called Vinland. And the Danes tend to go to England. Now, what you're about to see is a raid on Lindisfarne. There were 4 great monasteries in the British Isles before the Viking times. Lindisfarne and Whitby were in the English kingdom of Northumbria on the east coast of England, the North Sea coast. Skye and Iona were in the Celtic regions of what we would now call Scotland, offshore islands. All 4 of these get hit within a few years. The Vikings have a sense of where valuable treasure is not well guarded. So, late in Charlemagne's life, there is this sense that something new has entered the world, and it is a scary, scary thing. So now what we're going to see is extensive film clips from a TV show called Vikings, which deal with a first raid across the North Sea to semi-mythical lands of the West. Up until now, the Danes have gone east to the Baltic region, but a young Viking named Ragnar Lothbrok wants to go west across the North Sea. He has a new stone that he can look through overcast and still see the sun, he hopes. And he's got a shadow table that floats on a barrel of water, and if the sun is shining, by measuring the shadow, he can get a sense of latitude. In other words, is he going on the right north-south path? The local earl does not want this to happen. He wants to continue going east because he's afraid of Ragnar Lothbrok gaining too much power too quickly. And Ragnar's best friend is a crazy pyromaniac pagan named Floki, not Loki, Floki, who has just designed and built his own new ship. And this ship is going to be important in the experiment.
Is the Dwight's acceptance speech the one where he like bangs on the?
Yes, yeah. I'm doing that with my European kids because of Mussolini. That's based on Mussolini. Anyway, thank you. Come again. Wait. Oh, I guess I can say one more thing since the thing didn't stop. Don't expect the pagan Vikings, who were very, very pagan, human sacrificey pagan, oriented towards violence pagans, to be at all sympathetic to the simpering, mercy-loving compassion of Christianity. As far as they're concerned, just like the early Romans, they couldn't imagine any real men following such a weak and slavish faith, a faith oriented towards love, towards mercy, towards compassion. No, the gods were champions of strength in a hard world, and you've got to be a warrior to face it. So, this is going to be a clash of religions, a clash of cultures, and thank you for watching.